The Strait of Hormuz just got a new kind of danger. On the surface, it looks like ships have a path through again. But the real issue is that paying Iran for safe passage could now expose shipping firms to United States sanctions. The confirmed facts are these. Treasury warned on May 1st that payments benefiting the Iranian regime for safe passage through Hormuz create sanctions risk. AP reported on May 2nd that shipping firms are now being warned not to pay new Iranian tolls. And EIA still says Hormuz handles about 20% of global oil and around 20% of LNG trade. The unresolved question is whether cargo can move normally without forcing shippers to choose between higher costs and legal risk. And that matters because this is how geopolitics turns into fuel, freight, grocery, and tech bills. On May 1st, Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control said United States and non-United States persons face sanctions risks if they make payments that benefit the Iranian regime for safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, and it said that risk exists whether the payment is made directly, through a third party, or through a shipping agent. On May 2nd, AP reported that shipping companies are now being warned not to pay new Iranian tolls tied to that passage. So the story is no longer just military tension. It is now a compliance problem for every shipper trying to decide how to move cargo without triggering a second crisis. The reason that warning matters is simple geography. EIA still calls Hormuz one of the world's most important oil choke points. In 2024, about 20 million barrels a day moved through the strait, close to 20% of global petroleum liquids consumption. EIA also says about 20% of global LNG trade moved through Hormuz in 2024. That means even a partial threat, a delay, or a pricing fight can ripple outward well before a full blockade. This is where the story moves from tankers to ordinary life. Shipping firms facing legal risk, delay risk, and insurance risk do not absorb all of that quietly. Some reroute. Some slow down. Some pay more to stay compliant. And those costs bleed into fuel, freight, store shelves, and industrial equipment. The AI and power build-out is not immune either, because servers, cooling gear, grid hardware, and port logistics all live in the same transport world. That last part is a supply chain inference, not a confirmed price move today. AP also reported on May 2nd that Trump is not satisfied with Iran's emerging peace plan, even after Congress was told hostilities had terminated. That matters because the market now has two moving questions at once. Will Washington tolerate a temporary shipping arrangement that looks like extortion? And will traders believe any calm is durable if the broader political settlement still looks weak? This is the part most people miss. You can reopen traffic without restoring confidence. So what should you watch next? First, whether shipping companies actually refuse these payments or try to route around them. Second, whether tanker traffic and insurance costs stabilize. Third, whether gas prices and freight indicators start drifting higher again. Subscribe for clear daily explainers without hype on the technology, power, and policy stories that affect ordinary people. And in the comments, tell me what you want tracked next in this story. Tanker traffic, gas prices, or the sanctions line.